Welcome back to Video Game Vibes, the podcast where we talk about video games and we vibe and chill and hang out. I am your boy Grog Games. I am with my lad PatriotJax. Jax, say hello to the pod.
Hello, pod. How are we doing? On this very, very warm Sunday evening for me. It's so hot in the UK.
What is it, like 90s, or how hot is it?
Well, okay, so we work on the Celsius and not the Fahrenheit.
Oh, right, so yeah. Never mind. I don't need to know because I won't be able to understand it.
Here's the thing, though, right? A lot of people in warmer countries in general will poke fun at the fact that we always struggle with heats that don't seem that bad. But what it is in this country is its humidity. Like, you feel the heat a lot more. I think the humidity is a lot higher in this country than it is in a lot of others. And so, like, it's 30 today. It's 30 degrees. Don't ask me what it is in Fahrenheit.
This may be a dumb question, but, like, I thought, like, the more close you are to the equator, the more humid it gets. Why is it so humid there, right? Because you guys are like,
I don't know. But I will compound that by saying that the country is never, like, prepared for any type of weather because we get, like, a bit of everything. So we could get, like, snow in the morning and then, like, lovely sunshine and warm breeze in the afternoon. You know, it's very weird, but struggling over here. But otherwise, I'm good, man. How are you?
That's good. No, we have similar weather patterns because in Minnesota, it's exactly like that. It could be hot one day and then cold the next. Right now, it's also been extremely hot. Lawn update. I know people wanted to know.
Yeah, I want to know.
My lawn is dead because it's been so hot.
So is it all brown? Is it just?
It's a little brown. It's stupid because, like, everyone else's lawns are mostly fine because they have, like, trees, and you know how that, like, shades your lawn. Well, my front lawn doesn't really have any trees, so, like, the sun beats directly down on it and smites it into oblivion. So everyone else's yards, like, most of them are fine, and mine's just, like, not great. Whereas my backyard's okay because I've got trees there, but you know. It is what it is, I guess.
If that was Stardew Valley, you'd have sorted that out, like, in no time.
Bro, I would have had a scythe and, like, like, got all the, it would have been so good. Weather's terrible. It's awful. But, Jax, let's not talk about lawns anymore. I just, let's get into the meat of things, because we have a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. If you did not see the title, I don't know how that's possible, but we are talking about the Nintendo Direct that just happened for us this last week. Was it on Wednesday, Jax? Is that right?
Maybe? I can't remember, but all I was thinking during this moment was, can we name the segment? Can we call it the Nintendo Direct Reflect?
Come on. That's so good.
Let's reflect.
That's so good, dude. I love that.
Let's go. There was tons of Mario stuff, which I'll be honest, I don't really care about.
I'll start, and we'll just go as along. I have like 9 different points. We're not gonna do all the details on everything. We're just gonna talk about a little of what we saw,
what we're
what
interested
we liked, what we're interested in. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna talk about WarioWare. I don't care about that at all.
Hey, WarioWare. Some good games on that.
I know.
I played the GameCube one. For me was that was what I played. Didn't play any others, but like it's like the best like co-op game you could play with like friends at a party. Like it's so good.
Is it though?
It is. It's just tons of mini games. Like it's just loads of fun, random little 2-second mini games.
It's like Mario Party, but weirder.
So competitive. It's good. It's good. So if you're a family, like kids love it, so that would be my recommendation. Good game to get at Christmas, maybe.
That's true. That's very true. I personally just don't get the hype for WarioWare. I think it's weird. I'd rather play Mario Party because you have a board, there's a dice involved. In WarioWare, there's just all these weird little games, and
it's mad. It's WarioWare is like proper mad.
I think it's too much chaos. It's chaos for me to understand it fully. But then again, I guess I never really played it when I was a kid. Anyway, I want to bring up the Pokemon DLC right away. That's coming out for Scarlet and Violet. I'm sure you don't have too much opinion on it. And you know what? You know what's going to surprise you? I don't either.
Oh no. Well then what are we doing here, man? Why have we got the mics? Surely you've got something to say about it.
I wanted to vent for a minute about how I've lost interest about Pokemon. I feel like I can't do it anymore.
Wait, not Pokemon games in general. You can't say that.
I can say that, and I think I am, and it hurts me as much as it hurts you. Look at my background, for those of you on YouTube. I have a Pokeball wall thing, and the first 151 on my wall. Like, I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
I know that you're enjoying RuneScape right now, but like, trust me, you know, you'll the next Pokemon game will come, and you'll get that same feeling in your belly and excitement about getting it, and then you'll probably be like kind of disappointed after you completed it, but also you kind of enjoyed the ride and stuff. And you can't say this now because I've already been informed that my brother is getting me Pokemon Violet for my birthday. So
right, because you didn't have it at all before. So
I did not, and he got it on the cheap, so I'm having that game.
What the heck? You need to tell me where you got it on the cheap. But anyway, no, that's exciting for you. It is a good game. I just, like I said before on the pod, I think I didn't finish it. I got to the end, and couple of my friends said, "Hey, it's really easy, and there's not much to do afterwards." And I was like, "Well, okay then." So I never completed it, and I'm just at the point where it's like, I don't know. It's just a lot, you know? There's a lot going on. I'm tired of being disappointed, too.
Yeah, I heard that the story was one of the better ones that they've done in your standard Pokemon adventure.
Yeah, it was better than the last
It's more interesting than what they've had. Like, Sword and Shield's storyline was very boring.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed Sword and Shield. That was good fun.
Okay, what I will say is you will enjoy this game. It is fun. There's just a lot. There's just a lot, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I think I might just start doing like Pokemon indie games or like fan games, like the Pokemon Fusions game that you had looked at before.
Great Pokemon.
Yeah, like I'm not sworn off Pokemon. I'm just saying, like, I'm tired of Nintendo constantly letting me down with certain stuff, and like I don't know.
well, no, let's just talk about this for a minute. So what is it? If you're burnt out on Pokemon, then that's it in itself. But like, are you blaming that game specifically, or what?
I'm tired of not getting what I want in a Pokemon game, and we all know that Scarlet and Violet, they didn't finish it. They could have tested it more. It came out too early. There's too many glitches. And like I had fun the day it came out. I think I told you before. I played like 12 hours, like 14 hours. Me and my buddy just he came over to my house and we sat down and we just played the game like a LAN party, just the two of us, and it was fun. But like I guess maybe I'm just like I don't have the time investment anymore, I think. And also like I can't justify buying the DLC for both of them. There's two DLCs that are coming out. There's I didn't write the names down because I don't really care. There's one that's like these like mass guys or something, mass legendaries, and that's like whatever. Everyone probably said that it wasn't as good as the second DLC, which is like apparently another academy. And yeah, they have like a terrarium sort of where each like area is a different, you know, like fire, like water, earth types. So like there's a bunch of new Pokemon being added in there. It's probably going to be better than the first one. And also they're going to have more time to develop it because it's coming out later than the first DLC. So it'll probably be better. But I don't know. I just don't know if I have time anymore for it or interest per se. But
I mean, that's fair enough. I will just make a point of like, just for me personally, from playing like Sword and Shield, and obviously I'm going to play this, is that I do think like the hunt for legendary Pokemon has been devalued quite significantly from games a few years ago. At least it feels like that to me. What was it in Sword and Shield? It was the like the Dynamax layers. I don't know. Obviously, you need to be able to catch them all. But then, obviously, because there's so many legendaries now, it's like I shouldn't be able to catch all of these, but I do, and it seems rather straightforward. That's not a point on yours. That's just a point I had in myself. But I would probably say it might just be because you don't have the time that you used to have. So 10 years ago, 15
the adulting
years ago,
conversation again that we had.
You know.
I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Like 15 years ago, you might have reservations, like in the same way, but you would still be quite stoked to play the game, just to play the game.
Yeah, you're right.
But let's bear in mind that this wasn't the only Pokemon thing that was announced. What? They had the Detective Pikachu game, of which I really enjoyed the film, which I actually watched not that long ago.
I also enjoyed the film.
I thought the film was really good.
I did have 3 beers while watching the film, though, which did make it better, I'm going to say.
I can definitely understand that,
yeah. But it was good.
It's always good to see different Pokemon games, you know, and when they brought back like Pokemon Snap and stuff like that, it's good to have different stuff to break up, like the mainline Pokemon games, and this could be quite interesting as well, I think. I don't know, and I was just looking at a video, I think it was IGN, who were talking about if this game was meant to have come out years ago, or a version of this idea of the game was meant to come out like a long time ago. I'm not sure if that's...
I vaguely heard something about that.
I'm not sure if it's the case or not. The only reason I'm thinking about it now is because looking at the trailer, like, I know the Switch is the Switch, but it looks like a Nintendo 64 game. Like, the graphics look awful.
Yeah.
Was that just me? Like, they looked really bad.
I don't think they looked anything special. I don't know specifics, but I'm sure they outsourced to another company for some of the graphics or some of the work, right? Because that's just what they do with Pokemon stuff.
Do they? Oh, okay. I did not know that. But I would just say, you know, for those people that are like, Tears of the Kingdom, for example, when people think those graphics are bad, that's not what I mean. Like,
it's not the same.
It's not the same. This literally looks like N64 graphics. It's like it doesn't look good. But
I'm sure someone out there is very excited for it, and we're not trying to thrash that, but you know,
I mean, I won't be getting it again. Like. Can you tell I was disappointed by this Switch Direct?
You were?
I
was hyped about it. I wanted to get the negative out of the way first.
It was just because there wasn't a lot that I personally was interested in. That's the only thing. Like, if you liked Mario, you got so much stuff, and you should be well happy.
Yeah, there was a lot of Mario stuff.
There was loads.
But there was also... But I guess we could just talk about it quick, just get your initial thoughts. But there was 2 things that I know you liked that were in the Nintendo Direct. Wasn't there a Metal Gear Solid update about...
it did confirm that, and I wasn't aware this was the case, but the remastered collections of 1, 2, and 3, and then they'll do 4 and 5 in Volume 2, come into all consoles, which is... very excited, which means I don't have to, fingers crossed, buy a PS5.
Oh my god.
It's not been confirmed whether the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 or Metal Gear Solid Delta will be on...
talked about. Did you listen to that episode? Because you can't.
We're not confirmed if that's all consoles, but I'd like to think it will be. Maybe not Switch, if they think that it can't take the graphic update and whatever. If not, fair enough, but at least, I don't know, would they get it out on the PS4 for me? That way I could at least buy it.
I can't keep up with PS stuff anymore.
Probably not.
Do it.
Yeah.
We just can't. I feel like we just got the PS4, but I know I'm wrong, so I digress.
Are you joking? That was a long time ago.
I think I'm losing it mentally. I think I'm just
okay?
No.
You're the one who's meant to be carrying this pod. Like, I'm struggling over here in the heat. I'm like,
What a great day.
I'm sweating, man.
Okay, I want to bring up a game that I was not expecting in Nintendo Direct at all, and this came out of left field. I think we have talked about it once before on the pod. I had brought it up in a vibing out episode. Jax, did you see the Palia part of the Nintendo Direct? The Palia
That's
MMO?
the cozy, is it a farming sim or something?
It's part farming sim,
Okay.
yes. So I've been following this game just like a little bit on the side. I'm in their Discord and they like post updates about like what art character do you want to see next? Just like little teaser stuff. They also in the Discord is they talk about like trials and stuff for QA in the game. They let some people play it ahead of time and stuff. I have not, just because they did some NDA stuff and they wouldn't let you make a video on it, and I just didn't have time to. But this is something I've been excited for. It's just like a cozy MMO. It's free to play. They said it's an adventure sim, I guess is what they're calling it. But it's basically like a mix between Sims, Stardew. I think there is a little bit of combat, but it is mostly not revolving around that. I think early on they mentioned how they just want to make a MMO for chill people that maybe don't have enough time to put in, all the grind to what a normal MMO is, which is a fantastic idea. That's us,
Good
Jack.
concept, yeah.
But I assumed it would be on Switch and Nintendo, but I'm super surprised they're rolling it out before the PC version.
Oh, it's going out before the PC.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm a little concerned about what that means per se. If they're having difficulty with porting some stuff or something like that, Jax. I don't know.
I feel like it would be more difficult the other way around. Porting from a PC to Switch rather than from Switch to PC.
Yeah, right, that's normal, isn't it? Where people have problems changing their adapting it per console.
I'm not a developer, so I can only comment on speculate. The very limited knowledge that I have. I would assume, and how it seems to be done normally, is that most things they'll be made for the PC and then they'll bring them out on the other consoles as well, either at the same time or afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's designed as it's like a cozy sim and stuff because they want. You got to remember, people with the Switch, and I'm a perfect example of someone that I can game a lot more because I have a Switch, because it can be played in handheld mode. That makes such a difference to the amount of hours I can get into a game. It's why I really, really, really want a Steam Deck, because I can then play a lot of my games on the Steam library handheld, and I can just pick it up and I don't have to sit down. I don't have to sort my computer out and stuff, and I can just pick it up as and when I have to do something with someone else or whatever. Or be unsociable at a party and bring my Switch or something. Sit there.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm just gonna.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Jax is at a party, just brings the Switch.
They did have a few cozy sort of games and announcements. I think there was another one that was very much like a farming sim. I forget what it was called. But they're going in on the cozy sim
indie
stuff.
Development. Yeah.
I mean, the success of Stardew and Animal Crossing, people want more stuff like that, because people were disappointed with Animal Crossing. Not in the beginning. It was the best game during lockdown for a lot of people, but the expansions, the DLC and all the extra bits, there wasn't any good. It wasn't very good. Everyone basically stopped playing it after 3 months. Basically, there was very little that came afterwards, and people wanted more of that sort of stuff, and clearly Nintendo noticed that, so maybe the next Animal Crossing will be a bit better as well. I don't know.
I mean, it looks pretty good though. It's really hard to keep the momentum going with something like that, right? After the game's developed, there's only so much you can do.
I feel like you can. I feel like not just adding new items. I feel like you could do events. You can change.
For sure.
The landscape, and I don't mean just physically, but I feel like there are ways to be more creative with what they did. They kind of just said, this is the game, like go nuts, and people did for like I said, for 3 to 6 months, and then sort of after that, it definitely sort of petered out after everyone got rich through like the turnip economy and all that sort of stuff.
Oh my god, I forgot about the turnip stock market, dude.
That's it. Yeah.
I've never dealt with that whatsoever because it's just been such a hassle. I did not want to deal with it.
Flying to people's islands and like being courteous and dropping like 50,000 bells to someone like at the start, and then you walk through and then get all the turnips. It's just really funny. Really made me laugh. It was an interesting time, lockdown, I gotta say. Very interesting.
People just wanted to feel good. And, like, at the time when everyone's all locked down, everyone's, like, more kind than they would normally be. Just because they want human interaction.
It was an experience, for sure.
I mean, I put 140 hours into it, so that'll tell you something.
Yeah, I was something around 100-hour mark, yeah. No, it was good during that time, but, yeah, it completely fell off a cliff, though. That was just what point I was making. Something I was excited about, probably the other thing you were going to mention, is Sonic Superstars. I think this had previously already been announced from what I heard, but I didn't know about it until the Direct. But it looks really good. Like, it just looks like graphically, it just looks like a good 2D Sonic game. Like, a graphically improved, very good-looking 2D Sonic game. And I'm really excited, because it like, mechanics-wise, it looks like there's some decent stuff, like some new stuff, and obviously playing with all different characters. I think playing online or cooperatively as well at the same time. Obviously, that's kind of a must with a Sonic game. But no, I was surprised, and I'm definitely going to get it because it looks like a lot of fun. Like it looks like a fresh 2D Sonic game.
Yeah, which is like a lot of
feeling
people.
Of the old ones, the ones that I love. You know?
I was just gonna say, like, a lot of the old Sonic fans, that's what they want, right? They just want like a good updated 2D Sonic instead of all these Sonic Forces and all that 3D stuff.
It's a balance.
Not to say the last game wasn't good, because you loved it, right?
It's probably fair to say that the fan base is split in two.
Yeah.
And you've got, not to say that people like me who enjoyed the older games and grew up with the classic ones don't like 3D Sonic, because that's not true. I really enjoyed Sonic Frontiers, and obviously talked about Sonic Adventure to the cows come home. So, you know. But like, yeah, just seeing like when Sonic Mania was originally announced and stuff, obviously classic fans were so hyped, so excited for it. Probably fans of the 3D one don't care as much. I think this is a nice sort of middle ground in which I think a lot of the 3D Sonic fans could probably try and maybe even give it a go, even though it is a 2D Sonic game. But it just looks fresh, it looks nice, and yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. It does look like a lot of fun. I haven't actually played Sonic Origins yet, which is the...
Oh, you haven't?
It's actually got my favourite Sonic game of all time as part of that game, which is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So I need to just play that. I'm waiting for it to drop in price, but you know what Nintendo Switch games are like. They just don't drop in price.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat with the next topic that I would like to bring up.
Go for it.
Which is Pikmin 4 is coming out, baby. The little boys are back. I'm so excited. I'm a big Pikmin fan. I will be honest, I did not play Pikmin 3, but I heard it was good. I'm a Pikmin 2 boy, all right? Pikmin 2 is my jam. I played Pikmin 1, didn't beat it because there's a time limit, and also I didn't own the game, and I was borrowing it from my friend. But Pikmin 2 I bought for the GameCube, and it was amazing, and I love that game to my core. And Pikmin 4, I think hopefully is going to be worth the wait for Pikmin fans.
Can I just say real quick before you delve into Pikmin 4?
Before I go more on my tangent.
No.
Call me out on my BS here. Go ahead.
Quite the opposite. The way your history of Pikmin almost identical to mine from how you said it. Literally almost down to the
huge fan. Didn't play the third one.
I've borrowed Pikmin 1 off a friend. Like Pikmin 2, that was my jam. I freaking love that game. I love Louis. It was
Louis.
phenomenal. I almost completely forgot that in that game you were literally paying off the company's debt, which is freaking hilarious. And you're finding treasure with Pikmin to pay off the debt. That's so funny. I also went back after that and played Pikmin 1 for a bit. I played like half of it and then I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I loved Pikmin 2 and I did not play Pikmin 3, although I did end up getting it on the Wii U. But I got it, but I just didn't get into it. And
really?
I think it's one of them games that I think in my head I'm like, oh yeah. But when I would actually come to play it now, I just don't think... I think I would either get bored or... Like, I think it's a nostalgia thing for me. Like, I think it's... A lot of things are. But like I can still find a reason to play it other than nostalgia. If I tried Pikmin, nah, it's complete nostalgia in my eyes. I just can't. I don't think I would get the same level of enjoyment as I did back then.
Oh, so Pikmin 4 will be a skip for you, is what you're saying?
Unfortunately, so. It will, yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna wait and see what reviews are, but I have high hopes. For one, it's on Earth confirmed, which is weird because I don't think they confirmed that in previous games, right? Like we've always had like weird
stuff you can
collect. Yeah.
And then what normally is the case is that the treasures and stuff are like treasures. Human. They're like from Earth. They're like a battery, a bottle cap.
The battery is the one that comes to mind first.
Yeah, it's like
it's like an Energizer battery.
It's almost like Earth and like the previous people who'd like gone to these other planets, dumped all their crap there, and we're essentially like cleaning it up.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if we see a human, I'm gonna freak out a little bit. So.
Wait,
but
is Olimar? Are they not humans like Olimar and Louis in that?
I didn't think so.
Are they not that?
Are they? Are they?
Surely they are. I mean, I know they're weird looking, but that's just the art style, right?
But no, they can't be because like we got like when you collecting treasures, they're so much bigger than us. What did we shrink as a human race?
Wait.
3,000 years in the future or something?
I love the way I've
you gotta find this out in real time. This is important.
Louis human, like what?
These are the important questions.
Or Hokkos. They're the dominant species of the planet Hokkotate. So it's not Earth. Oh, so we're Oh, okay. Oh, weird. So we're going to... Right. Interesting. Okay, now it makes sense why they look so weird.
Yeah, they're like super exaggerated.
Their noses are like massive. Like ridiculous.
Oh, that's so funny. So it'll be interesting. You also get a dog companion, which is like a little.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
I'm hoping it's gonna be more of sort of the feel for Pikmin 2, like with Louis and Olimar, where they could switch back and forth or something like that, or at least you have a feel for your dog companion and you care about them a little bit. Because like I don't know, with Pikmin 3, did you just switch between characters and they have different abilities or something, right?
In my head, and I did not play a lot of it, I think there were 3 characters, and I think you played to certain sections and then you had to swap. I can't remember if it was swapping on the fly. It might have been swapping on the fly at some point, but I didn't get that far anyway. Pikmin 2, I can't remember if it was co-op or not, because I remember playing with my friend. In my head, I want to say it was. But we'd always, like, if we were both playing, like, if he was over at mine or whatever, I would be Olimar.
Yeah.
And go around doing stuff. And I'd just give him the controller. And then he would do all the Louis stuff. And that's sort of how we would do it.
You do, like, couch co-op with one controller?
Yeah, for sure.
That's so fun.
Yeah, we did that with like every GameCube game though. But yeah, no, Pikmin. It's good that it's still going. Like that is very easily an IP that could have died. Don't you think?
Oh, for sure. I wasn't even expecting anything after Pikmin 2. Because then I think there was a huge gap between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3.
Yeah.
Whereas there was less of a gap between 1 and 2. And I know we had some Pikmin news, like there was like a Pikmin Pokemon Go game, wasn't there? That came out like a year ago. You hear about that?
Vaguely,
I never downloaded it, but
it was an
like
AR game, wasn't it?
yeah, it was like an AR version of Pikmin in real life. I don't know. Anyway, like we had some of that, but obviously nothing for a little bit. So it definitely could have died out. Glad it did not. Also, just to note, HD versions of Pikmin 1 and 2 as well to Pikmin 4.
Remastered.
Which, as long as it's not like $60, I'm probably gonna get an HD Pikmin 2.
Okay, I was gonna say, right, if there's like online multiplayer for Pikmin 2,
oh my, I don't
would
know.
you would you?
I would.
We could play.
Wait, but you want to be Olimar?
I'll be Louis. I'll happily be Louis.
Okay, all right, cool. I sort of want to be Olimar. I love Louis.
I love Louis anyway. I just like it when he blows. I remember just when you blow the. Is it you either blow the whistle or you? Oh no, when you swap, it actually says their name. And I always like it when you swap the name out. It's like Louis. Love it.
Yo, dude, that was a good impression.
I literally remember it. It was so good. Oh.
No, I remember because I would go back and forth just because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Memory unlocked.
Bro. Oh my god, core memory right there. Pikmin 4, July 21st. Very exciting stuff. Jax, I suppose we'll move on. Do you want my tangent now, or do you want to talk about something else first?
You can't offer me a tangent. And
I am offering a tangent. I have something I have to admit. I was filming a video on Friday for a game which people had told me to play for a long time, and I got reminded about it because it was in the Nintendo Direct as well. The game is Vampire Survivors. Have you heard of this game?
No.
No. Okay. This might be my new obsession game.
Ooh, okay.
It is a bullet hell roguelite where essentially it's really simple. It's like old school graphics. You're controlling a character on the screen, and all these like monsters come at you in hordes. So it's like a lot. Is it
like
them.
One of those when you're in the middle of the thing and it's like they're coming from all sides and yeah, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yes, and I had seen screenshots before, and I knew what the game looked like. And it was on my to-do list to do for a first impressions video, and I was like, I'll get around to it eventually. Like, I don't think that it's anything special. I mean, it looks okay. I'm not saying that, but like, it doesn't look like amazing or anything, right? It wasn't like a high priority for me. Well, I finally got around to playing it, and I am mildly obsessed. I don't know what to say. It's so simple, but like so good at the same time. There's multiple characters. It's not just one character. And like enemies swarm and you can get most of the same weapons for every single character. So it's very, very Castlevania-esque with that in terms of like weapons and stuff. Like there's an axe, there's like a knife, and like there's magic users and stuff like that too. As a bullet hell, and you're just shooting everywhere around. But there's also like special enemies you can kill to get like chests, and then it just all of a sudden becomes like a loot box, which gets you like a small amount of serotonin to go off and be like, oh my god, what am I gonna get from it? Which I know it's not like that's a very common thing in video games, but the way that they do it is pretty genius, and I don't know why, but it's very obsessive. There's multiple levels. You should get it. It's like $5.
Yeah.
It's also on Android, coming to Switch. August 17th is what I wrote down, per the Nintendo Direct. Also, I wrote down August 17th. I think the same day. Let me double check because I put it in my calendar. Yes, indeed.
Excited.
Right now, it's just a single player game, but on the 17th, when it drops with Nintendo Switch, which I imagine it's going to be the same thing for the PC update, but it's couch co-op as well. Up to 4 players LAN in the same room. So it's a very old school-esque feeling. almost like an arcade game. But it's just really addicting. I don't know, man. I need you to look into
to
it.
be fair, like you said a lot of this same stuff about Hades, and I was like, I'll give
yes,
it a
it's
go.
at that
And
level for me. I don't
really,
normally feel like this with certain video games. This is Hades-esque joy
oh,
right now.
don't say that.
I
Doesn't
know.
Hades 2 drop
I didn't
this
want
year?
it to be that way, but
Doesn't Hades 2 drop this year? Is that this year?
yes, it does. Yes,
Wicked.
it
I
does.
just wanted to make sure. I'm looking forward to that.
I think so.
Not
Let
on the
me
Nintendo
double
Direct, by
check
the way.
now. Not on the Nintendo Direct, but you know, we're looking forward to it.
Gives me another reason
Early
to get the
access
Steam
release
Deck.
in 2023. Yeah, I don't think there's a date yet for it, but it is this year. Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
you need to look into Vampire Survivors,
you
dude.
are very
I
good at
stayed up
recommending
like
games.
thank you. I appreciate that. That's my recommendation of the day.
No, nice.
I stayed up like 3 hours last night playing it. It was crazy.
Oh, nice. Fair play.
Yeah.
So it's already out on PC then?
Yes, it is
Right.
already out on PC. I believe it's on mobile as well, coming to the Switch August 17th.
Okay, very nice. There was something else. I mean, were we planning on talking about any of the Mario stuff? Because I feel like it would be bad if we didn't.
Oh no, of course we are. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll come on to that then. But there was something that caught my eye, only because I'd never played them before. But the Batman Arkham Knight trilogy games are coming to the Switch, and people have always raved about these games, like the combat. Aesthetically, it's always looked really good and stuff like that. And I've never played any of them. I was curious to know if you had played any of them before. But I think it's very good to see another good series come to the Switch, even if it's like a remaster that they might bodge it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they could.
I'm in the same boat. I was just checking my Steam, and I have the Game of the Year edition for Batman Arkham Asylum, and I have not downloaded it. Never touched it.
There it is. Yeah. Hey, we've all got about at least like 30 games that we haven't played in our Steam library.
Yeah, we should talk about Mario. I want to talk first about the Super Mario RPG remake, if that's good.
Did you Super Mario the original?
I have okay, so here's my story about Super Mario RPG. Was I like a freshman in high school? I was in like 8th grade or like 9th grade or something like that. But I have vague memories of us riding the bus to school, and I was there with my brother and one of our friends who was in our neighborhood, another neighbor kid, and he showed us how to like hack the PSP and like download games for it.
Nice.
And he showed us how to download Super Mario RPG on my brother's PSP. So I have vague recollections of us riding the bus and my brother playing the Super Mario RPG while we're going to school. And like at first I was super confused because I was like, is this like a fan game or something? Like I'd never seen it before. And like all I see is like Mario, like super chibi, super like old school graphics, and like this white guy who like has like expand powers like Mr. Fantastic or Luffy from One Piece. And like they're like hidden enemies and stuff, and I'm like, this doesn't look like a Mario game at all. What is this? So at the time I was like, this is crazy. I know nothing about it. Now of course I do. Yeah, I never played the original version, really. I watched my brother a little bit. It was on the SNES, which is why I never picked it up. Jax, I don't think you had that either, right? The SNES?
No, the first Nintendo console I had was the 64.
Yeah, it's a little bit older, but that's fantastic that they're going back to some old school games and remastering them. Like, a lot of people love Super Mario RPG. Yeah, I might get it. I do need to dwell a little bit more into the Super Mario RPG stuff. I did love Superstar Saga for the Game Boy Advance. I don't know if you ever played that one, but no.
I played very few
you look
Mario
so
games,
sad.
dude.
Why are you
like I could literally in one hand probably list off the Mario games that I've played in my entire life.
Go ahead.
So,
just
it'd be Mario Kart 64,
Mm-hmm.
And then Mario Kart on the Wii. Super Mario Bros. Wii. Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Okay.
Um,
That's 4.
yeah, I'm still going. Don't worry. Super Mario Maker.
Okay.
And Super Mario Maker 2.
Alright, so you needed 2 hands.
Technically,
That's
I played
6.
Super Mario Odyssey, but that was my wife's game of which she completed.
Wait. You've never played Super Mario Sunshine?
No.
Oh, no.
Or Galaxy or any, because I wasn't a Mario guy. I didn't grow up with Mario. I grew up with Sonic and then The Legend of Zelda and so on. Call of Duty.
Yes. Call of Duty. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I enjoyed Superstar Saga, and I'm sure I would enjoy a remake of Super Mario RPG. It looks good. It looks like it's people are saying it's pretty faithful to the original. There's updated graphics, and everyone's all chibi, and it looks like there's some cutscenes thrown in too, which could add to it. So yeah, really nice. Looking forward to that. I'll see how the reviews are. I might pick it up. Yeah, at least I'm at least gonna attempt to get the old Super Mario RPG via
on my
means.
PSP.
Yeah, I've always had that in my sights. I just never got around to it, but maybe I will now.
So there's a Princess Peach game.
Oh right,
yeah. The Princess
you want
Peach
to talk
game,
about that a little bit?
Not really. Again, not interested. I just thought I'd bring it up. I think it's kind of building off the success of the film.
Yeah,
and leaning
that makes
into
sense.
that side of Peach a bit more. And her
Adventurous
being the
side.
hero rather than being the one that's rescued by the little short Italian plumber guy. So yeah, there's a Princess Peach game. There is I don't know if it's like a remake or a remaster or something, Luigi's Mansion. There's like a particular...
Yeah, they did say
was
that.
it like a DS Luigi's Mansion or something?
Did they say Dark Moon? Was
Yeah,
that it?
that's it, yeah.
That was a 3DS Luigi's Mansion game, which I actually played. I don't know if I beat it. God, I'm a terrible.
I played Luigi's Mansion, to be fair, so does that count as a Mario game?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's fair to say that it does. I actually really enjoyed that Luigi's Mansion.
Oh yeah, it's a vastly superior game to some of these Mario games.
Really want to see a Luigi's Mansion film. Like, I genuinely think that would be so good.
A movie?
Yeah.
With Charlie Day as Luigi?
Come on, you can't tell me that wouldn't be good. Luigi's Mansion, like a scary mansion, like Ghostbusting. Come on. The puns write themselves.
That's true. It would be good. I don't know. We'll see. If ways go as Nintendo wants it to, with the success of the Mario movie, we'll probably have that
cinematic universe. Yes.
The cinematic universe
They've
that we've talked
a
about.
Zelda film. There's been talks about it. So.
I know they. Bro, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm so scared. I don't know if I want it. That's the thing.
Oh, come on, man. We're all sick of Marvel now, so now we got to move on to something else.
It's just a lot to take in.
I guess the final piece of Mario news was Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So it's the newest Super Mario Bros. Game that looks very much like the others, although it's got a cute looking, sort of slightly different art style about it. But they're like, it looks like they're kind of playing with the sort of the standard norm. Like, you see them like pushing the pipes and like going past the end flag and stuff like that. So they're trying to be creative with the norm, like they're trying to mix up the formula. But it is obviously still like a 2D Mario game.
I want to know who the heck pitched this game to Nintendo.
I mean,
because
why?
It's you're being so calm about it, about the Super Mario Wonder, because to me and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's a fever dream as Mario. It's Mario in a fever dream if you're on drugs. So like that's what the game is.
So what we'll be the end is what we'll see it. What will be showing us Mario in the beginning, like pre the start of the game, and it'll be him just like chowing down on a bunch of mushrooms, and then we'll go into the game. That's basically what's going to happen. He's going to pass out, and that's when the game starts.
He'll see that little flower like talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, this is normal," and then he just runs off, and like at the end of the game,
because the flowers talk to him. Oh my god, you're right. It's literally just Mario on mushrooms, like literally.
Yes.
I mean, why else would he be an elephant? Like, let's be real.
Yeah, I seriously think someone was like, "Hey guys, what if we just made like, like a mildly psychedelic Mario game?" You know what I'm saying? And also, lots of fan service. We're gonna throw in Daisy there. We're gonna make her playable, and people just eat it up.
You can tell.
And I think that's what they're doing.
Dreams. She's been in Mario's dreams.
Apparently.
Clearly, Princess Peach is old news by this point in the Super Mario Bros. Universe.
I mean, okay. Well, now that you brought it up, we do have to quickly. Jax, I need your opinion. Who's better, Princess Peach, Daisy, or Rosalina?
I mean, I only know these people from like Mario Kart, so I will base it on how annoying they are in Mario Kart. And I will say that I think Rosalina's probably like the most annoying in Mario Kart, so she probably wins outright by being a better driver than the other two. I don't know. I don't care. Sounds boring. Go Rosalina.
Rosalina. Okay. All right.
Who is
that's
it for
fine.
you?
That's
fine.
Daisy is vastly superior to every other character.
Okay, why is this?
Series. Everyone loves Daisy. What do you mean? She's just like cool and fun. She's just a cool, fun person.
What is Peach? She's just lame and boring.
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine. It's Peach stands. Yeah, nothing against you. Just Daisy is way cooler. Just saying, she's like the cool girl.
Dude, you've started some wars. You started a war.
I can do polls on Spotify now for when podcasts drop. So when I upload this, I could do a poll that says who's better, Daisy, Princess Peach, or Rosalina.
Oh my god.
I had one more thing, which is the Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince trailer that came out.
Is this like a Pokemon Dragon Quest game?
Yes, it is. It is not the first of its kind. They've had a few different games of Dragon Quest where essentially, instead of like a Final Fantasy-esque RPG, which it was the original Dragon Quest, where you had a party, you fought monsters, you go on the quest, you do the thing. That was the original Dragon Quest. They also started, I don't necessarily know if it was because of the Pokemon success, but they did have it like back on like Game Boy Color and stuff, the original Dragon Quest Monsters, where you were essentially a monster tamer and you use the monsters in combat instead of fighting them yourself.
It's kind of been there sort of in the world to some extent. Yes. And now this could be the Pokemon game that you get into rather than Pokemon itself.
It could be. It's one thing that makes it vastly superior is that you can fuse your monsters together. Like when you breed them, they make a different monster instead of the two monsters that you started out with.
This is just like Pokemon Infinite Fusions.
It's sort of it's sort of better though, better. But I'm excited about it. I hope it does well. Not enough people know about Dragon Quest. I don't know why. It's more of like an Eastern thing instead of Western thing, instead of Europe and America. For some reason, it just didn't get as popular over here.
Okay.
Don't know why.
I didn't know about it, to be fair. So I mean, I've heard of it, but had no interest.
Dragon Quest in general?
Yeah. I knew of the game, but it doesn't interest me, or I've never really gone to get it or anything. So
it is your classic long RPG game, so you do have to be in the right mindset for it. But
there's only so many open world, or not even open world, just RPGs in general that we can play now. Going back to the original point about the fact that we're old and we can only play so many games at once.
It hurts. It hurts, Jax.
That's for another topic for another pod, I'm sure. I think that kind of wraps up most of the key things from that Nintendo Direct. That was a good reflect on the Direct. You know, you like that?
Reflect that Direct, baby.
But no, it was good. Just saying, it does feel like it's been like a decent chunk of time since we've recorded. It obviously won't feel that different for you guys. I think we kept everything on track.
Yeah, I don't even think we missed an upload, so good for us.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good to get back in the swing of things, and we've got our anniversary pod coming up after this. Which, you know, we're going to start planning now. After this recording.
A year of podcasting. That is what we have achieved. And I think we need to pat ourselves on the back because, you know, it's very hard to continue a podcast for that long. So you don't see that too often nowadays.
No, it's consistent. And we just need to build off that. And you guys can help us do that by sharing, telling people about the podcast and also giving it 5 stars over on Spotify there. And if you listen to this regularly, tell other people about it. The views on YouTube aren't great. So hopefully everyone's listening to it everywhere else, you know. But tell your friends about it if they like video games and just 2 random guys talking about lawns and why they don't like Pokemon anymore.
Yeah.
That's
I did enough rambling today.
Thank you guys, and
thank you.
We'll of course see you in the next one, which again will be the anniversary stream. So look forward to that.
Look forward to that. Goodbye.